So he's saying here, when you call upon me, I will not listen to you, for you have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit murder. Now, we're swift, our mouth. We murder people with our mouth. We're quick to speak against and say things we shouldn't say. And the Most High has given me a word concerning our mouth. And most people that's using their mouth to cut people down, you're not going to like this word. It is not as though you have forsaken me. You have forsaken yourselves, says Yahuwah. So the Most High is saying it's not that you forsake me, you forsake yourself. This reminds me, when I read this, when I see this, when I saw this, this reminds me of Martin back in the 80s, the 90s, the television show Martin. Martin said, you brought it on yourself. There were things that people did, and he did something. And what he did, he was saying, you brought this on yourselves. And the Most High telling our people, you brought this on yourself. Thus says Yahuwah Almighty, I have not entreated you as a father entreats his sons, or a mother her daughters, or a nurse her children, that you should be my people, and I should be your mighty one, and that you should be my sons, and I should be your father. I gathered you as a hen gathers her brood under her wings. But now, what shall I do to you? He's about to do something. The Most High is upset. He's asking a question. What shall I do to? We know the curses of Deuteronomy 28. That's what he's going to do. He's saying, what shall I do to you? I will cast you from my presence. I told you. Why are you in the land? How did this happen? You wonder how you end up in the land of captivity, so far from the land, so far from the Kadash land, so far from his borders, in the land of wickedness. So he said, I will cast you away from my presence. And what we're going to do? We're going to offer oblation to him. He says, I will turn my face from you, for I have rejected your feast days. We're going to try to give offerings. We're going to try to keep Passover and all these other days in the land of captivity. He says he's going to reject it. I reject your feast days and new moons and circumcision of the flesh. All right, wait a minute. This is the sign of the covenant. So these people, even though they may get circumcised, he's saying, I'm going to reject that circumcision. Without this circumcision of the flesh, the men were cut off from among the people. And you have to be circumcised in your flesh. This is the sign and seal of the covenant. Abraham, the scripture said Abraham was circumcised on the day of knowing it. Moshe was about to be killed. In the book of Joshua, Moshe was about to be killed because one of his sons was not circumcised. He says, I sent to you my servants, the prophets. And he's going to echo what we saw from Yahusha. I sent to you my servants, the prophets. When I bring a word out, this word coming from the prophets, from the Most High, remember, it's the Most High word coming to you. But you have taken... He says, but you have taken and slain them and tore their bodies in pieces. Their blood I will require of you, says Yahuwah. Thus says Yahuwah Almighty, your house is desolate. I will drive you out as wind drives straw. And your sons will have no children, because with you they have neglected my commandment. Because of the father, they taught their kids how to commit iniquity. It says, because of you, they have neglected my commandment. That's why we're taught in Torah to teach this to our children and our children's children, that they may walk in it forever. They have neglected my commandments and have done what is evil in my sight. He says, I will give your houses to a people that will come. All right. He's talking about there is a people to come. Here he is. We're coming in the picture now. There is a people to come that he spoke about, who without having heard of me will believe. Those to whom I have shown no signs will do what I have commanded. So this group of people, we didn't know of him. We was in Christianity. We learned about God, and that one in the Old Testament, we stayed away from him. You know, they taught us God. And when they taught us Jesus, we stayed away from that other guy. And so here he's saying, we're going to know him. We're going to come. He says, they have seen no prophet. We ain't seen no prophets. They were Christian prophets in the church, but they wasn't prophets. They was false prophets. Yet will recall their former state. He says, I call to witness the gratitude of the people that is to come. Here is a people that is to come. Do you see the people coming? He says, whose children rejoice with gladness, though they do not see me with bodily eyes, yet with their ruach will believe the things I have said. How? Because his word will come to them through the prophets. And this group of people will believe the things he said. And it says, and now, Father, look, the pride, and see the people coming from the east. This is a prophecy to come. This is why there's the remnant coming back from out all the lands. To them, watch what is he going to give these people? To them I will give as leaders Abraham, Yitzchak, Jacob, Hosea, Amos, Micah, Joel, Obadiah, Jonah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. Here are the prophets who is also called the messenger of Yahuwah. So he's going to give this group of people, these people as leaders, and these people will follow and understand. We have to know this stuff will take place in the wilderness. Ezekiel 4:12 through 15. All right. Here's what my son wants you to know. There are some things they had to do that they didn't like. Most people don't go into. And I told you, most people, there are scriptures the churches will never give you. There are scriptures, there are verses that the camps will never give you. Here is one of them. It says, and you shall eat of a barley cakes. And I definitely wasn't going to add this to this message, but here they're being told something they don't want to do. And bake it using fuel of human waste as in their sight. So he had to bake these cakes using, when we go to the bathroom and do number 2, human waste. Then Yahuwah said, so shall the children of Yasharah eat their defiled bread among gooey. We're today eating defiled bread among gooey. Remember, Daniel said he wasn't going to eat the governor's bread. He knew it was defiled. He says, where I will drive them. So I said, Yahuwah, look at this. Indeed, I have never defiled myself from my youth till now. We can't make this statement. He's never defiled himself. He says, I've never eaten what died of itself and was torn by beasts, nor has abominable flesh have ever touched my mouth. He was saying, I'm about to defile myself. And he didn't want to do this. He's being told to do something he didn't want to do. Eat human waste. Then he said to me, see, I am giving you cow dung. Okay, instead of the human waste, prepared with cow and cow waste, and you shall prepare your bread over it. You shall prepare your bread using it. This is what the Most High is saying. Now, the Most High tell you to make barley cakes using human waste, doo-doo. Let me say it. Using doo-doo. You're going to make cakes with human doo-doo and eat it? That got you thinking. Isaiah 20:2 through 4. At the same time, Yahuwah spoke by Isaiah, the son of Amos. Here's a word coming to him, saying, go, here's go. Go and he has something to do. Remember, this is instructions. Go and remove the sackcloth from your body. Remove the sackcloth from your body and take your sandals off your feet. And he says, and he did so walking naked and barefooted. Isaiah had to walk naked and barefooted. Then Yahuwah said, just as my servant Isaiah has walked naked and barefooted for 3 years for a sign and a wonder against Egypt and Ethiopia, if the Most High tell you to take off all your clothes and walk around barefoot and naked, will you do it? So shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptians as prisoners and the Ethiopians as captives, young and old, naked and barefoot, with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt. Hosea 1. Here is the word coming to Hosea. And what is his word? Go. Look at this. The Most High spoke to him and said, go. He's being told to go. Take a wife. Take yourself a wife of harlotry. Go into a harlot and get children by her. For the land has committed great harlotry by departing from Yahuwah. When the people turn to another mighty one, this is harlotry. This is what they did. And so he used him. He's telling him to do this as an example for what they did. And so they can see it. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, and she conceived and bore a son. Call his name Jezreel, for in a little while I will avenge the bloodshed of Jezreel on the house of Yahuah, and bring to an end the kingdom of the house of Yasharal. It shall come to pass in the days, and I will break the bow of Yasharal in the valley of Jezreel. Okay, there's the first son. And she conceived again and bore a daughter. Here we're seeing him having children, having kids by a harlot. And Yahuwah said to him, call her name La Rahama, for I will no longer have mercy on the house of Yasharal. This is not good. But I will utterly take them away. Yet I will have mercy on the house of Yehudah, will save them by Yahuwah their mighty one, and will not save them by the bow, nor by sword or battle, by horses or horsemen. Okay, so when she was weaned, here we go again. He conceived and bore a son, and Yahuwah said, call his name La Ami, for you are not my people, and I will not be your mighty one. You don't want him to call you La Ami. You are not his people. We want to be called Ami. This is something, this is, why wouldn't we want to be called Ami? I don't understand. But when you commit iniquity, you are no longer called Ami. It's very important. You do not want to be called La Ami. Hosea 3:1. And we're seeing here the continuation. Then Yahuwah said to me, go again, love a woman who is loved by a lover. So this woman is already loved by a woman, but this is already loved by a lover, and is committing adultery. Just like the love of Yahuwah for the children of Yasharal, who look to other mighty ones and love the raising cakes of the heathens. So we're seeing here, these men are told to love, eat dung, walk naked outside. We're seeing they're being told to do things that you and I would never ever want to do. But because of the disobedience of the people, remember, when one did something, they all was guilty. They all got kicked out of the land. We go together. We should be one unit. If Louis mess up, we mess up. We can't bring our offerings. And so there's punishment for all of us. You should be looking for his word. You should be expecting from this day forward. You should be expecting the word of Yahuwah to come to you. And whatever word he come to you with, whatever instructions he come to you with, be ready to do what he said for you to do. This is what the righteous will do. But the wicked will ignore his word, and the righteous will do whatever that word is. And again, that word is always not what you want to hear. And this is why people get upset when they see, only thing I do here, bringing out scripture after scripture, and people, the rebels, they come against this word. They hate these prophets. If they could get their hands on these prophets, they would like to kill the prophet. That's why it tells us, "O Jerusalem, you who killed the prophets." So look for the word of Yahuwah to come to you, and the word of Yahuwah shall come to you. Shalom.